Good afternoon, traders. This is Tony D from easyMarkets. TraderTalk today is all about the ECB meeting tonight. We have a very important, possibly the biggest market mover event for the month. The ECB has been talking about tapering now for a while. Markets speculated on this, and we've seen the euro rally from low 108 to 109 levels all the way up to 120 in anticipation of this big event. So the market's expectation is that Draghi will announce the beginning of tapering, either at the next meeting or hint very strongly that it will happen in December. The market has got the rumors out there that they're not ready for this particular meeting to announce the start date to be from the next meeting, but you are seeing there is some momentum behind the idea that tapering is coming sooner rather than later, and most likely this year. The risks are, though, that the ECB will be a little less committal than that, and that would mean that the recent rally up to 120 and where it has been capped so far could be pushed back. And if you're looking at some of the levels that the market can fall to in a reversal here, if Draghi does say the right sort of dovish delaying words, something along the lines that the recent rally in the euro has hurt inflation expectations and is putting downside risks, is creating further downside risks and delaying our ability to end quantitative easing, something along those lines, the market will definitely take that as they could keep their QE going at a lot bigger pace than some market has currently priced in. And this would allow the euro dollar to fall sharply back to some of these key levels that we broke on the way up. So 117 and 116 were the big resistance levels. If you're looking at the recent market pullbacks here in the 4 hour, it has been holding so far at the low 117 level. So that's the initial first big target. If we do get in heavy selling, 118 goes, then we're looking at the 117 level. Below the 117 level, then the 116.20 was the key breakout level on the top side. So that is the levels that we'll be looking at in the downside. Now, if Draghi does announce that tapering is happening at the next meeting and it doesn't show any concern about the recent euro rally, you'll probably see the euro take out 120, and the US dollar is on a very weak footing at the moment, especially with those Fed speakers. So there's very little reason for the market to stop at 120 this time around if it's fueled by ECB expectations. But given that the ECB released rumors at the NFP just after the week NFP last Friday, you have to conclude there that they are concerned about this. Right, so the risks are much more skewed towards the euro going lower tonight, given that Draghi is in charge of this central bank, and if he wants to keep a lower euro, that he has all the power in the world to do it. And definitely the main tool he'll be doing would be by showing concern about the recent rise in the euro, but most importantly, delaying the tapering expectations and being very non-committal about the timeline of them. If you're looking at ways to trade the euro apart from against the US dollar, because the US dollar has been so weak, you look for something where it's been very strong. So one of the strongest pairs out there at the moment is the yen, on the back of the North Korea missile tests and the potential here that on the weekend, according to sources in South Korea, that they will be testing another missile on Saturday. Now, Saturday is their national day in North Korea, and that could create another opening of selling here on the dollar yen next Monday, or just create more uncertainty as the tensions increase there. So the North Korea hasn't disappeared. The yen's quite strong at the moment. Dollar yen, if it can continues to fall, will break 108, a key level. So the euro yen, while it's had a nice little bounce in the last day or so, is in a bit of a downtrend at the moment. So you really want to play, when you're trading pairs, you want to pick a currency which is strong if you're looking for a currency to sell it against. Okay, so selling the euro today, if you are in that game, then buying something like the yen makes a lot of sense. In terms of other pairs you can buy and sell the euro against, the Canadian dollar had a shock rate hike yesterday, and the Canadian dollar surged 200 points. So euro against the Canadian dollar is another pair that the market is focused on at the moment, and it's in a strong downtrend. And so even if you're wrong in terms of the ECB tonight, you can end up getting money out of this trade just because the trend is so strong. And so any rally that comes from the ECB being more hawkish than expected could end up still being faded and the trend continuing to the downside, and you're getting out of your position. That's a good thing about trading with the trend. Even if you're wrong, you can end up getting out later on in a day or two as the market goes back to its downtrend. All right, guys. Look, if you have any questions about this, because it's such a big topic, we do have a lot of resources to give you and a way to have one-on-one updates. If you do want to have a chat with a dealer about trade ideas or potential setups when you are looking for this ECB, what to be looking for, the main trigger words, and certain little nuances that are very important when you're trading big events like this, please come through on the contact details below. You can see our numbers there for Australia and Singapore. If you're not a member of the active traders group here at easyMarkets, you can see the link below as well. Alright guys, I'll be back tomorrow. We will update you exactly what has happened.